One. Hey guys, it's Aaron, your personal coach today. I'm here with Sarah. I've brought her back. She's done my 12-week program about 5 months ago, and she had an absolute amazing result with a 14 kilo weight loss. So I wanted to bring her back just to touch base and just see how you've been going. Sarah, how are you?
Good.
Fantastic. How's things been going the last 4 or 5 months?
Oh yeah, not too bad. Had some hurdles and that, got COVID and got a bit crook, but otherwise it's been pretty good.
Yeah, wow. Okay, that's no good. So what was the experience with COVID? Like, how long did that take to recover?
So I had 10 days off work, but then I had long COVID, so I had a lot of respiratory issues for a month or two.
Yeah, sure, cool. I've had a lot of clients that have had COVID actually, and I think the biggest tip I could give them is to take at least 5 days off of training, and then returning to training. It's all about just really keeping the intensity super low. So yeah. I hope like you did that as well. It's nothing too intense.
Yeah, there was definitely days like I was finishing work at 3 o'clock, 3:30, and I had to have a nap because I was just exhausted from going to work.
Yeah, right. Okay.
So exercise wasn't for that, probably a week at least. I couldn't do anything.
Cool. Okay. Yeah, so just like real briefly, tell some of our listeners a little bit about yourself in regards to what you do and etc.
So I'm a project manager, but I'm a plumber by trade. So
yeah.
I work at a desk mostly now, but okay. I'm usually on the tools sometimes.
Yeah, right. Okay. And how old are you, Sarah, again?
26.
26. Okay, so super young, and you're at a desk all day. So obviously exercise is going to be super important, right? Because if you're stuck there in a computer, that's where I think our original chats, it was that was, I think, the biggest problem, right? Like from the beginning, that's why you did put on the weight.
Yeah.
Cool. So I suppose how has the health and fitness been since completing the 12-week program?
Pretty good. Like, I found what works for me with sports wise. I'm not really a gym person. I do go like once or twice a week, but I play soccer at the moment, and I do pole fitness. I found that I like that. Like, it's more body weight stuff. I do handstand class and like balance and all that. So just finding what
you're doing like now.
Yeah. So that's my sports, and then in between those days I'll go to the gym.
Yeah. Okay, cool. And you find that a lot more fun? You find that a bit more exciting, a bit more enjoyable?
It's easier to stay consistent with it because it's something you want to do. You look forward to doing it. Like, the gym's good, but sometimes it just gets a bit monotonous. And
Sure thing, definitely. So I suppose the big question, are you still losing weight or maintaining your weight that we lost 14 kilos?
Definitely maintaining it. I don't think if I've lost any, it's only been a kilo or two, but I've definitely maintaining it.
Okay, cool. And how's nutrition been?
Pretty good. Like, I'm not perfect, but I'm better at being consistent and not overindulging. So
well, at the end of the day, like, you're only human, right? Like, we're all human. So we do obviously tend to go towards those like yummy treats or obviously like the social things and stuff like that. And I think in that 12-week program, there was a couple of times there that we sort of went off track, like, which is pretty common.
Yeah.
So in regard to that, I suppose, how often are you indulging at the moment?
Well, I try to leave when we're doing stuff to the weekend. So like, if we're going to eat out, it's only on the weekends and stuff like that. I've gotten like, I actually like ordering the fish off the menu now instead of, normally I was a steak person. I'm pretty content with having a bit of swordfish or something instead. So
Sure. Good. So that's good. So you still, I think, a bit closer towards like the end of the program, I said, look, so let's keep it super strict 5 days and just indulge on the weekend. So you sort of took that away as, I suppose, a bit of a positive as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Perfect. So like, how busy are you these days?
Pretty busy.
Because I remember the last time, like, you were studying and working a full-time job, and we're still trying to squeeze in the training as well.
So I'm still studying 2 nights a week.
Okay.
And we've just changed our roster, so I'm doing 10-hour days now. So it's pretty hectic.
Okay. Well, look, that's great news, because you've still got obviously a busy lifestyle, and you still like managed to maintain that 14 kilo weight loss, like, which is really great. You know, I'm so proud. but you still like managed to keep it off. And I suppose, look, what was like the biggest thing that you took away from the 12-week program?
I think just being conscious of the choices I make with food. Like if I am going to eat out, I try to choose the healthier option.
Yeah.
And I think I also really love juicing. Like I do juicing now pretty regularly. Like I think I was hated it the most. I said that I wouldn't be able to do it, but I do it pretty regularly now.
Yeah, and that plays a really big an important part in regards to like maintaining that like weight loss as well. Because if you do overindulge on the weekend, that's fine. But if you did maybe a day juicing or just incorporated some juices in that week, if you just cut out a meal, put a juice, it's going to really give that digestion a break to help obviously everything pass. So you still get that metabolism working properly, because like when you start to get too blocked up, that's when you start to store more fats, right? Store more like weight to not burn those calories. So that's a really important part of it. So I'm glad you said that, because look, a lot of people don't like juicing. To me personally, I just sat here, I had like just a juice salad for lunch. So it's a big part of my lifestyle as well. So I know it works. So I'm super happy that you're doing that as well.
Yeah.
So in regards to the 12-week program, obviously, so like, what do you think the biggest thing is that you can actually like use to maintain that for the future? You know, I'm just moving forward. I've got the epic answer in my head, but I want to hear like your answer.
I think what I learned even just from the beginning, doing exercise wise, like doing something is better than not doing anything. So if I don't feel like doing anything, I go for a walk. Like on the day that I am tired and I can't be bothered, I'll at least go for a walk. And food wise, I've learned what foods are good for me and what aren't. I don't really eat much like bread, or I haven't really gone back to any of that stuff.
Sure, great.
So I've taken a bit of everything.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so what is like the one thing that is constantly driving you for success in regards to like health and fitness?
I don't want to feel how I felt before the start of the 12 weeks again.
So it's that
my mental
pain
health as well. Like it's a massive thing. I definitely feel much better now than what I did at the start of the year.
Yeah. And if anyone's seen like Sarah's picture, there's a dramatic change from that first week to like week 12, right? There was like your body fat was almost cut in half by the looks of the picture, right?
That first picture, and I cried when I seen that first picture. I didn't even know that I got that big.
Yeah. Okay, well, that's great. You know, it's an emotional thing that we have, and that's like when like most people like hit like rock bottom. And that's an important thing to do sometimes for some people, right? Because if you didn't hit rock bottom, right, like we probably wouldn't be having this conversation today, right? So you were 100% like ready to change and do like whatever it takes to change, right? And they're the people I really love to coach, because I suppose at the end of the day, I know that they're going to stick to the program and they're going to do like whatever it takes to get the results. And that's what you did, which was awesome. So like, what is like one thing that you still need to work on, do you think?
Probably my laziness with food. Sometimes I can get complacent and I'll just have like a microwave meal, even though it's not the best thing, but sometimes it's easier for me with my schedule. So I'd like to get better at meal prepping so that I don't need to do that.
Okay, I'm glad you said that about the microwave. Can you like remember like what I taught you about the microwave and why you shouldn't like use it?
Throw the microwave out.
I tell everyone that you don't need your microwave, get it and throw it out. But you remember I said you put your good food in the microwave, the magnetrons are going to kill all the nutrients, right? You eat that food, your body will like register it as a non-nutrient food and store it as a fat, right? So yeah, like definitely not a great thing for like maintaining that 14 kilos. So just think about that. So I'm glad you're on this call, and I'm glad I'm telling you again. It's a good refresher, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I mentioned to you I started a 4-week program called the 4-week Body Blast program, and I've actually got you on that starting like next week, which is pretty exciting. It's a great new 4-week program that I guarantee 6 to 10 kilos in the 4 weeks. It is a little bit more intense than the 12-week program, but it's a really good like motivator as well. So like, what are your thoughts on that, Sarah?
Yeah, I'm keen to give it a go.
Yep. So I suppose like tell the listeners, I remember having a few conversations like with you in the first probably like 4 weeks on the 12-week program. So tell the listeners what you thought. And I remember a couple of conversations, you were like, oh, I'm so hungry, I'm starving, I just want to eat something bad or something like that. So
Yeah.
I suppose like what advice could you give to the people that are scared of that? I suppose they're scared of going into that, right? Like that feeling of uncomfort, that feeling of getting outside your comfort zones. So what advice could you give to listeners to change like,
Well,
their thoughts on that?
well, the first 4 weeks is the hardest. Like just stick it out, just stick to it. If you just don't cheat, even just like the littlest bit. I was so strict, and I did get to about the 4 week mark.
Yeah.
And I said, like, my God, I really do want something.
I
And
remember you were desperate.
yeah. And so you were like, okay, go do it, but just make
Yep.
sure you tell me how you feel afterwards. And so I did. I went and had it. And then I come back and like I just felt crap the next day from eating all the bad food.
I got you there, Sarah. Sorry, the internet just dropped. Internet just dropped. Yep. So I think I just dropped you like where I said, yeah, go on, off you go. Like go and have something, but then we got to get back on track.
Yeah, and so you sort of said to let you know how I felt the next day and everything, and I felt sluggish and felt crap, and then that was kind of a turning point for me to realize like I don't like feeling like that.
Yeah. And I suppose I was always a big always pushing you towards a goal as well. And like what you just said before is that like you didn't like want to go back to what you looked like before. So that was also a pretty big driver like for you in that first like 4 weeks, right? To think, shit, I don't want to look like that one picture that has made me cry. I want to transform and get out of this.
Yeah.
So yeah, okay, fantastic. Cool. All right, Sarah. Well, look, awesome to connect like with you again. And look, I look forward to coaching you for the next like 4 weeks on the 4-week like body brass program. Thanks so much for coming on today. It's been great. And I look forward to chatting to you again soon. Okay.
See ya.
All right. See you.